Bum, 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 bum. Welcome back, my friend. This is BjjBrick Quick. My name is Byron, and this is your quick Jiu-Jitsu podcast. Not quite as quick as a takedown. More like the length of a Jiu-Jitsu round. But this week we're talking about takedowns. Talking about the Feet to Floor series. Volume 1 is what I have. I guess there's a whole series of them, but I only have the first one, which is fine by me. It's really good. I wouldn't be talking about it if I didn't enjoy it. I'm not going to get on here and tear apart somebody worked hard on. But it's on just Google. There's no link in the show notes for some sponsored thing or whatever. Just Feet to Floor, John Danaher. It's BJJ Fanatics. You can probably find a discount if you're looking for one. Or you wait a little while, it'll pop up. So, towards the end of the DVD, I thought I would lose interest. And then we have a couple of guys standing there wearing hockey jerseys. It's like, what? What am I watching? And it was good. He starts talking about self-defense. And kind of using an idea that hockey players they'll grab that clothing and it could be a huge advantage and where they're grabbing the clothing, all this stuff. I'm like, man, this is neat. I don't plan on getting in any fights myself, but this is kind of fun to learn about. Then he brought on another self-defense concept about takedowns. Now, self-defense is complicated, and it's a topic that people have strong opinions on. My opinion, to give it in a quick podcast with plenty of time to have another topic about this DVD, you got to be careful. You're in mount, top mount, top side control, top dominant position on someone's back. All these things, you could get stabbed in the back, quite literally by somebody else. You can get a beer bottle smashed over your head. Like, none of them are safe. It's crazy to be getting into fights. You can get hurt. You hurt somebody else. It's craziness. What are we doing out there, my friends? Anyways, he had a concept about takedowns that I had never thought about. Like what takedown would I do? Oh man, if I was going to get attacked, or if I was being attacked, how would I resolve this, or get to where I definitely don't want to get taken down. And that's one thing that people talk about jiu-jitsu is like, you take me down, I'm popping back up. If you can't hold me in side control, there's no way you can hold me on the ground. And I guarantee you, the average Joe Blow out there is not going to hold any grappler in side control very long. You got to get out of that thing. Anyways, man, I got a topic to talk about. He introduced the idea of standing versus grounded. He called it SVG. If you could take someone down and remain standing yourself, I like that concept. I like it a lot. Having been in a couple of altercations at my work, what kind of work does this guy do? Banking industry, just kidding. I'm a firefighter, and occasionally a patient will be, high on drugs, PCP, LMNOP, whatever is out there, and they're wanting to fight, and typically we wait for the police to get there, but sometimes we show up and it's happening, right at us, like it's a thing. It doesn't happen a lot, but I've definitely used jiu-jitsu in self-defense, and I've done it in a way that has protected the other person as well. I've never hurt anybody doing this. Like I'm not throwing punches. We're just controlling the situation until we're able to resolve it while keeping everybody as safe as we possibly can. Anyways, and I don't think I would necessarily want to do this to a quote-unquote patient as having a medical problem or a drug problem, but it's definitely an option to do to somebody who is trying to fight you. To pick up and he does it's like a single leg. He has a cool way to get to it. I can't explain it on an audio thing. You kind of get around to the back, drop down, you pick up a single leg under your arm, but it would be your right leg under my right arm. And so you're kind of facing not towards me. Super interesting dynamics there, because it's hard to hit me. I'm facing you, but you're facing I'm like 2 o'clock to you, not noon right now. Able to walk with you and to keep you hopping and maybe just walk you right out of the building, control you, or kick that leg out from underneath and put you square on your back. Possibly do damage on the way down. Standing versus grounded. I'm still up, you're down on your back. You just got the wind knocked out of you. You got your tailbone bruised. Whatever. I don't know. Maybe you bounce back up as quick as possible. I don't know. But that's an interesting concept that we should think about in jiu-jitsu. How could I put this person on the ground to where, yeah, if I want to engage on the ground, that's an option. I haven't committed to that yet. But your ability to damage me is greatly reduced when I dump you on your back. And he also has you dump them forward, put them on their hands, and they go to the ground pretty gently. Interesting concept. I didn't think I would enjoy the self-defense aspect as much as I did. It definitely wasn't the highlight of the DVD. The highlights were the ankle pick, the collar drag. Those are where I got my the majority of benefit out of that. That being said, if one day, 10, 15 years from now, I snag up like it's going to be delicious. I snag up an ankle underneath my right arm, your right ankle, and walk you out of a place where you're trying to fight. You know, it's because you really can't control direction at that point. If you're hopping on one leg and it's that high, but if I use that one time, that's better than my ankle picks. That's better than my collar drags. That's actually a life and death possible situation resolved. Not as interesting to me. not as sporty, not as fun. It's on an unskilled opponent. A bad guy, possibly. But when you need that, you got to have it right then. You can't hope you trained it later on. You can't wish you trained takedowns throughout your career a little bit more. And really, I was going to wrap it up, but I'll say this. Now I have finally more competency training on my feet. And just like anything with jiu-jitsu, if you're in that position more, you'll get better at it. I don't have to limit myself to what I've learned on this instructional. I'm sure I'll find other nuances and other things, avenues for different takedowns that I like. But with this fundamental way and concepts of standing up, defending takedowns, initiating my own takedowns, getting some takedowns, I'm going to play more of this. And that's how jiu-jitsu works. If you play more of it at certain positions, you get better at them. Guys, I hope to be making more of these podcasts. Could use a little bit of help. You go to Patreon and support any of your favorite podcasts there. Probably, I think majority of podcasts have Patreon accounts. And majority of podcasts, just like this one, are done on super small scales. So any support you could lend is a great, big attribute. You know, it's attribute. Talking about a slow sentence, I butchered it anyway. I slowed down. I thought maybe I'd find the right words. Man, I greatly appreciate you guys that are supporting on Patreon. Even when I mess up the end of a show, maybe that's why it motivates you to go and support this podcast. Probably not. I'm going to let you guys go with that. I hope you have a great day, my friend, and stay sweaty.